Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ministry of Tourism's special interview program, Tourism One-on-One, where we explore topical issues affecting the tourism sector as we tackle the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Kingsley Roberts, your host, and with me today is Executive Director of Devon House Development Limited, Miss Mureen James. Good to have you, Miss James.
Thank you for having me.
Today we continue our discussion on how Devon House has been recovering from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ms. James, just tell us, in relation to your tenants, how are they managing now vis-a-vis a few months ago, in your estimation?
I think that they are doing a little better because what really affects them is the ability to be able to earn. And with the curfews and lockdowns that we have had, that has affected them in terms of, how they earn, especially the restaurants. I know the ice cream has been affected with the Sunday sales that we have had, as well as the restaurants, their dinners that they would normally host. That is where that brings the bulk of their money in. But what we have done in that way to help them is that we have sat down with each of them, and if they are having a challenge in paying some of their rentals, we work out with our payment plan or discount. Okay. So we have been showing partnership with them because we do understand that it's difficult times that we're going through, and we want to make sure that they understand that we're going through it together. But currently we've been flexible working with them in terms of their agreements with us.
Okay, interesting. So broadly, in terms of the operation of the entity itself, just talk to us a bit more about how you've had to adjust your operations in light of the changes in the measures and so on that you've alluded to.
Yes, so we have had to adjust our operations. We have adjusted our staffing. We only have 6 groundsmen, and we had 14 that I know about. And we have made adjustments. We no longer have an HR manager. We didn't have a marketing officer until recently when I saw the need, because I thought that we had to stay visible in the marketplace. So we have made some cuts in terms of trying to just ensure that we cut on expenses, because we really don't want to spend more than we earn. So we have made adjustments to ensure that whatever we are earning, that we're able to sustain the expenses that we have. And we have been doing well. We've been able to make adjustments to make it work. And we are holding our own, we're paying our bills, and we are recovering. So we are on a good path. We're on a good path.
So how do you manage tours in light of the pandemic? Talk to us about it.
So we just ensure that we keep the numbers based on the government guidelines for the COVID-19. We have hand sanitizers throughout the property, including the entrance of the mansion. Our tour guides ensure that they practice all the COVID protocols. And they have been here for over 30 years. So they are both well experienced and they know how to handle themselves. A matter of fact, from the entrance at Devon House, our security guards there will take your temperature. And when you get out of your car and you walk inside, there is sanitation areas everywhere throughout the property. So even when you enter the shops and the restaurants, they will ensure that you're sanitized. And depending on the space, they will not allow more than 5 persons into any of the shops for shopping all at once. And the restaurant has their guidelines based on the capacity of the size. So we have been practicing the protocol guidelines. And here in the mansion, we practice it as well. So it has been very effective so far.
So do you still accommodate school tours, even with smaller numbers?
We have not been getting too many school tours, and the ones that we have been getting are small. So no, we have not been getting those because, as you know, school has not been going on for a while. So you don't get those big school tours anymore that are coming from school. But for smaller tours, we do get families who take their children, or we'll get the smaller tours. We do get those smaller ones. So it's very easy for us to adjust to those. But we don't get the very big ones that we would have gotten before.
So what about efforts to develop new buildings to house various activities?
Yes. So we have completed our multi-purpose building, which is a brand new event space, which we have now had open since July. We have hosted a few board meetings there, and we have hosted weddings as well. It's 1,100 square feet, and it's a beautiful indoor space with an outdoor view. So it's really, really gorgeous. And what we have been doing now is creating a brochure for the multipurpose that we will be sending out to our travel partners with pictures, meeting requirements of what the inclusions are, as well as we plan to put prices, and we are also working with the restaurants on property to create catering menus where we're able to host coffee breaks and lunches or dinners, depending on what is needed. So it will be a one-stop shop. So persons will not have to feel that they have to go outside to do catering. We will provide that service here for them. The restaurants here are very capable and they are great at what they do. Steakhouse, the grog shop, for all of them. So we'll be working with those restaurants to provide those menus, and we'll provide that to our clients. We will also partner with meeting planners and event planners, to create a program where they can benefit as well. So when they recommend us for events, we will work out a plan where they can also gain from that and participate in that. So we're working currently on that brochure to come out soon. And in addition, we're also going to be starting the renovation of our courtyard. The courtyard area is going to be redone by TEF, and TPDCO will be handling the project management of that. And what that will do, that will create more even surface spaces in the courtyard. We've had some accidents of uneven surfaces. We have had challenges with drainage there when rain falls, and it will create an atmosphere where people can social gather. It will have more covered spaces. We're also going to take the opportunity on the entrance to put a bust of George Stibel, who owned this mansion. So persons will be able to have an experience upon entry where they can take pictures of him. Selfies and all. Selfies are in and always will be in. So we will have that space where they can do that. But the courtyard will be able to host more patrons. They will have better seating. So we're looking forward to that renovation as well, because we think that is going to do a lot for Devon House when we have that in place.
Okay. So what are some of the other initiatives that Devon House will be undertaking in 2022 in light of the pandemic?
In 2022, I'm very excited about 2022. I think 2022 is going to have a lot of great possibilities for Devon House. And to be in line with some of the initiatives that the Ministry of Tourism has in place in terms of the Blue Ocean Strategy, we think, based on the fact that Minister Edmund Bartlett has designated Devon House as the first gastronomy center, we are going to be doing some things focused around that. And with that said, we have created a gastronomy tour of Devon House, which will include tea at Lemongrass. We have a beautiful tea shop here. That will be followed by lunch at the steakhouse, and we will let the chef there create a nice Jamaican delight for persons to enjoy. And I don't know if you know this, but the late Honorable Edward Seaga was the one who saved Devon House. And he was the one who initiated the ice cream with Scoops Unlimited. He named the ice cream and he came up with that initiative. And he also came up with the Devon Duppy Drink initiative. And with that said, we are going to be working with a company to get that back on board, the Devon House rum. So after they have had tea at Lemongrass and they have had some delightful Jamaican dishes at Steakhouse, we will take them to the grog shop where they can experience the Devon Duppy Drink. After that, we'll take them to the bakery, because it's a whole gastronomy experience. We'll take them to the bakery. They can choose which of the delightful patties that they want, whether it will be a fish or curry goat, or they have a wide variety of patties there. And then after that, that will be followed with your favorite scoop of ice cream. And then what I'm also proud of is that Devon House, for the first time, will be having logo items, Devon logo items. Then we'll take them to the gift shop where they'll be able to buy a gift to take back home. Take a piece of Devon House, branded shirts, branded key rings, pens, all of that great stuff. And they will be able to buy a souvenir to take back home with them. So we're looking forward to that. In addition to that gastronomy tour, we will add a bar hop night experience, because the Caribbean and Jamaica are known for their rum and their spirits. So we will include that as a part of the gastronomy experience, as well as we're going to be doing a chef table in this beautiful mansion. So who would not want to have a chef table in this beautiful 19th century mansion? So we're working with our chefs currently to create. So
how would that work? What would that entail?
So it would entail that we create different types of chef's menu. And a chef's menu is where the chef will cook. He will explain the dishes and talk about the ingredients and all of that stuff. And he'll walk you through the different courses of the menu. And we're going to do it in our mansion dining room, which is just right behind us here. It seats 12. So it will be a great experience for girlfriends, for families, for anyone who wants to experience it. And the chef will create those menus and he will walk you through the menus. You can pair them with any kind of wines that you want to do. So we're going to create those menus. We're going to load them on our websites. We're going to put them on our digital platforms. And persons will be able to book those and come into the mansion and enjoy the great experience here at the mansion. So we're looking forward to that. And to add to all of that, we want to also add to the mansion tour. Devon House is known for so many trees and flowers. So we are going to work with the forestry department to name the plants. So we're going to tag them. So when we're finished with the tour, persons who love outdoors and nature like myself, I love flowers, we will walk them through. We will talk about the trees. We will show them the names and the variety that we have here. So we'll add another touch to the mansion tour itself. And after we have done that tour, you know, we still have to add the ice cream and the patio onto the tour because persons look forward to that. So we have a lot of great things coming up in the new year that we'll be doing.
That brings us to the end of our program. Thank you for joining us today, Ms. James.
Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure.
It was a pleasure having you on our program. Thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Take care and see you soon.